Happy Africa Day, everyone. It's very nice knowing it's Africa Day, that there is a day which is called Africa Day. It's a very good thing. And I wanted to discuss about something today, and especially it will be most useful to Black Africans. Are we ashamed of being Black Africans? Even if you might not be ashamed, in this video I'm going to explain to you how you are ashamed of being Black Africans. And if you never knew that Black Africans are ashamed of being, maybe you should stick around and listen to my ideas. So let me explain my ideas. Being born in Africa have nothing wrong, and it's nobody's choice. And reaching the level at which someone can be ashamed of being a Black African, it's also nobody's choice, and I'm going to show why and how. We are living in a society where now they're selling the idea that being of a certain class, being of a certain origin, being of a certain level of money, having certain education, or maybe having a certain accent defines how better you are, how much happiness you should have comparatively to someone else, which unfortunately doesn't define the real truth about being ashamed or being proud of something. But now I'm going to explain something which pushed me to really understand why people reach the level of being ashamed just for only one thing: having your origin. Okay, so the origins plays a huge role when it comes to what you are going to define yourself and the confidence which you can have. For example, I am from a small city in Congo. It's called Goma. It's not the biggest city of the country, yet it's I don't know if I can say, like, it could say that I shouldn't have enough confidence in myself. We don't speak English in the place where I am from. We don't do YouTube or a lot of stuff which are a little bit different than what I'm doing currently now in my life. And also the exact same way, if you bring it even to the level or the scale of the country, my country is among the poorest countries in the world, which could literally mean that I shouldn't even have a word to say in front of others who can be from countries which can be defined as richest countries of the world. And speaking of that, I'm trying to take this in a perspective of trying to let you understand that we are being made in a classification, which makes that the most proud you can be will be defined also by where you are from. Unfortunately, not everybody is from the same place, and which makes that not everybody will be having the same confidence. And again, in the same way, when you put this classification hits bad, especially when you become Black. Because you know, Africa is not only for Black people. There are a lot of other people who are not Black in Africa, but when you're Black especially, it becomes kind of worse of being classified among the lowest in the world, which, as not everybody is obliged to accept that. Some of the people understand the reality later on, that I'm not to be low just because I'm a Black African. I can have also a place of being higher, of making greater things, of being higher than everybody else around me. Before recording this video, I had a discussion with someone who was trying to explain to me of how much he doesn't feel the need of staying again in Africa or being in Africa just because of him being outside of Africa and discovering how much Africa lack or is behind on a lot of stuff. Again, in the same way, I had a discussion with someone who was talking to me about the volcano eruption which was in my home city in Goma, where I'm not currently, and was telling me that he's happy that the Indian government sent agents of the army who works in Congo as the member of the UN to protect us, and it's like they are going to save lives of people in Goma. All those ideas make me understand how Africa have already been portrayed or explained or shown to the world that it's a poor place, it's a place which is low, it needs a lot of help, it needs a lot of stuff, which I don't think there is somebody who can be happy of living in such a situation or knowing that my place is the place which always need help from others. So speaking of that, I'm going to show you how we have been forced to accept that we should be ashamed for being Black, especially in Africa. The first time I'm going to explain this is how we respond to when we see a Black doing something among other people who are not Black. When we see a Black person having too much money or having an invention or anything, it seems like a wow, something great just happened, when it shouldn't be so. If we agree that Black people are the same as any other person in the world, when we see Black people doing great things or big things, we should just find it as normal as we can see maybe another white man doing the same thing a Black man just did. Another thing which also makes me say that we are often and often forced to accept that we should be ashamed for being black Africans is also when we come across people who are from other places which are not Africa, or who might be black but who are from other places which are not Africa. When we come across to them, and the first things which they have as discussion with us is asking, how poor is your country? Do you guys have this? Do you guys have this? All those ideas come around from the stereotypes and everything which they hear or the media portrays about Africa to define the lies which we should know about Africa. When in reality, Africa should be taken as a normal other place like any other. And the fact that there is too much information about lies or about things which make Africa to be a shameful place, all these things show to us that we really need to teach the real Africa. So today I'm going to ask you a question. Are you ashamed of being a black African? If you're one. If yes, I want you to know something, is that we have a battle to fight, and that battle is with the society which is around us. People who think that Africa is poor, the media which portrays that Africa is poor, and all other things which make people think that a black African achieving something, it's strange, it's different. We have to prove the difference in that. And how are we going to prove the difference? By taking a step forward, by doing things which you know that black Africans don't usually do because they feel that it's not their field. Even if you can be denied to get a loan just because you're black African and they don't expect you to achieve something, go and push. Maybe you're going to be the one who's going to be the first to do it. Like, what I'm just trying to say is, we as black Africans should be the first to make a step forward and changing the narrative around black Africans. If black Africans claim every day that our people who made inventions have been the credit have been given to other people who are most powerful. If you see it that, now go and change, go and do something which you know that they won't get credit out of you, and prove it that you as a black African also can do something among other people who are not black. And when I'm saying this, it's just trying to prove and to repeat it again more and more and more. I grew up thinking that white people can do better than me, because everything which used to see on TV or whatever it can be, which is good, was always made by white people. And when it's a black man doing it, it's like, it's strange. And today, why can't we change that narrative and make now great things in name of black people, and remove all that shame of just being a black African, or remove all that stereotype of when a black African did something, it's a strange thing. That should happen. And it's me and you, anybody who have around who can help that to happen, by making a difference, by speaking or by teaching people around us, by telling the media that Africa is not a poor place. Africa is not a place for dumb people. Africa is a place as for everyone else in the planet. Thank you so much for watching this stuff. I hope it's going to help you to do some change as a black African. Ciao.